Hi everyone. Our planet is home to a huge amount of animals living on land, in the water, in the air, and even underground. They are all different from each other, not only because of their lifestyle, but also by their sizes. If the big ones are quite visible, the small ones are not so easy to spot. And when scientists find an unknown small creature, they get really excited. So today we'll tell you about the smallest animals you'll hardly believe exist. Let's get it on. Nanofrog pedifrin. This is the smallest known vertebrate on land. Its average body size is 7.7 millimeters or 0.3 inches, but some can grow up to 11 millimeters or 0.43 inches. Imagine this, you're just 11 millimeters long and your mates think you're a giant. This little cutie was discovered in Papua New Guinea just recently in 2009, and it doesn't have a common name yet, so it's just known by its scientific name. Because of its brown color, it's quite hard to notice one of these on the ground or among leaves or the trees, so it's difficult to picture how the hell they found it. Pediciprus fish. In 2006, a group of scientists found tiny little fishies in a turf moor on the Indonesian island of Sumatra. Earlier, it was considered that the acidic waters of Indonesian swamps are not fit for life, but after the first discovery, many other species of plants and animals were found there. Through the transparent body of the smallest fish ever, you can see its intestines. Scientists explain its lack of scales and pigment as a result of an evolution process that made it invisible to the enemies and saves its energy for breeding. Brookesia microchameleon. This fly-sized tiny lizard lives on the island of Nosy Be in Madagascar. It's one of the smallest reptiles on Earth. In length, adult Brookesia micro can rarely grow up to 40 millimeters or 1.6 inches. Thanks to its protecting coloring and small size, it's almost impossible to find one of them in the woods. Denise's pygmy seahorse. Look, another little cutie creature, and also a master of disguise. Native to the western Pacific, where it lives at a depth of 50 to 300 feet. It's only left to wonder how these babies, with a body no longer than 0.4 inches, managed to survive in the cruel sea world. Turns out that it is possible, thanks to their ability to disguise as gorgonians or coral, among which they live. Mr. Peebles. The smallest adult cat currently living is Mr. Peebles from Illinois, US. This ordinary-looking striped, smooth-haired furry fellow with white socks became an internet star and entered the Guinness Book of World Records. You bet, with a 0.5-foot-long body, the tail doesn't count. It weighs only 3.3 pounds, and is an adult male in its prime. Scientists give only one explanation for Mr. Peebles' uniqueness. It's a genetic defect. The kitty stopped growing at a tender age and it stayed tiny for good. According to its owners, it can even fit in a glass. Bee hummingbird. Well, the name speaks for itself. Have you seen a bee? Now imagine a bird of the same size. This miniature bird weighs only 1.6 grams or 0.056 ounces, and the length of its body along with the tail and the beak is less than 2 inches. Its wings are so small that it has to flap them 90 times per second, and its heart goes at a pace of 300 to 500 beats per minute. This is the smallest feathered creature on Earth. White-toothed pygmy shrew. This is the smallest mammal in the world. The whole length of this animal is of 1.2 to 1.8 inches, and the biggest part of it is the tail. It weighs around 1.7 grams. This creature usually works at night, and by day it only eats near its burrow. Thanks to its super fast metabolism, the shrew's everyday meal is 2 times bigger than its own weight. So if it would be an average human being, it'd have to eat about 310 pounds of food. Small but hungry. What can we say? Slender blind snake. Scientists found the tiniest snake on the planet with a 4-foot-long body. It lives on one of the Caribbean islands. This snake is so thin that it's capable of going through a pencil without lead. The only creatures threatened by it are ants and termites. It devastates their nests and eats them and their larvae. Poodoo deer. This is the smallest cloven-footed animal in the world. At first sight, it doesn't look at all like a big, beautiful, noble stag. Obviously, because this animal only grows up to 32 to 35 inches, and it weighs 15 to 24 pounds. By day, the mini deer hides in the bushes where it enjoys the juicy grass. And by night, when everything blows over, it goes to the seashore to feast on the tasty seaweed. Due to its size, this little deer runs much slower than its bigger mates, so it often becomes prey of the predators. But the pudu has a very interesting feature. When running from its pursuer, it can climb an inclined tree and bark like a dog. Don't know if it's useful, but hell, it's so cool. Amazing gadgets, upcoming technologies, incredible inventions, and other cool stuff related to high tech on TechZone. Subscribe, you won't regret it. The link is on the screen and in the description. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks, and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.